Hey guys, how are you doing? Um, this story that I'm about to tell you is something that I have kept clandestine for many years. It is a story that I have had trouble processing over the years. And I have finally come to the realization that I need to express it in a format that I feel is the most proper to its content and its seriousness of the nature of what I feel and perceive to be something that is important, considering things like closure, life after death, saying goodbye to loved ones, dear friends, family members, or even animals and pets that you've had over the course of your life and that you will continue to experience. So, with that in mind, I have chosen this format, obviously, to convey the story because I feel it has more sincerity if I just tell it and speak it to you in person. But some of you may find it a bit disturbing. Some of you may find it unbelievable. Some of you may find it fascinating. I don't know how you're going to interpret this, but I'm going to try to present it in the most honest fashion that I can. This goes back many years ago. Oh, geez, I think Kurt Cobain was still alive. Yeah, when did he die? 1994? This took place in 1992. This is many years ago. I'm still living in my parents' house, and I'm in college. One night, late, after midnight, I was coming home from a friend's house. We were studying for exams, and I had my book bag on, and I'm approaching my house. Now, I always came to my house in the back entrance. I never had a key to the front entrance. The only times we used the front door were to get the mail, retrieve the mail and packages and stuff like that. My father never gave us a key to the front door. We never used it. And this is, like I said, this is after midnight, so I'm approaching my house and it's dark. My mother never kept the porch light on. So as I'm coming onto my porch, from the right side of the house, now the back of my house is all level. We have no hills, and there's trees in the back. Very dark. And as I'm approaching my porch, there's a girl coming up the side of the house from the yard, not from the back where the trees were. Young girl, my age probably. Cute, not a bad looking girl. But as she makes her appearance more revealing to me, because my eyes had trouble focusing in the dark because I couldn't tell who it was, and she startled me at first. Until I realized it's a young girl. I'm like, now is this somebody that I know? Is someone I went out and had a drink with and I don't remember? Or, what it was? I don't know. And I says, hi, what can I do for you? Why are you here? Can I help you with something? Maybe I thought, my instincts were she was in trouble, she needed help. Or as she approached and I got a better look at her, there was something off about this chick. There was really something strange about her. Not in a disturbing way, but a more of a whimsical way. I don't want to have a pretension that, she intended to commit malicious intent on me. I didn't get that impression, but I got an impression that there was just not something right about her, okay? It just automatically kicked in. And I said, what can I do for you? And for a couple of seconds, which seemed like minutes, she didn't answer me. And I asked her one more time. I said, are you all right? Do you need help? And she spoke in a monotone. And she said, is your brother home? I said, well, I don't know who's home in my house. I said, I'm just getting home myself. And I said, it's late. And I said, if you wait out here for a minute. I didn't want her in my house. I didn't know who she was. I said, I'll gladly go in. If my brother's here, I'll tell him to come out and you can talk to him. She had a very transparent type of a complexion on her face. It was like a whitish clear, if that makes any sense at all. And she had eyes that were like a doll's eyes. They were lifeless. There was no emotion on this girl. She had dark hair, raven black hair, and she had dark clothes on. I really couldn't tell how she was dressed. But her face was kind of serene, cute, but something really off about her. I can't emphasize it enough. I just got a disturbing feeling about her. Creepy. So I told her, if you just wait out here, I'll go in the house. If my brother's out, if he's in a house, I'll have him come out here and you can talk to him. And she said, just tell him that I'm thinking about him and that he remembers me. okay, sure, yeah, anything you say. But I said, one more time, I was emphatic, if you allow me to go in my house, put my book bag down, and if my brother's here. And as I said that, she interjected instantaneously with her arm, and she's pointing behind me, as if to instruct me, look behind you. So I do that. I look behind me, and all I could see is the neighbor's house behind me, and that was it. And as I turned around, she was gone. She vanished, like she wasn't even there. Gone. So I had to process for a few minutes what just happened here. Was I actually talking to somebody, or did I imagine this entire thing? I had no clue at this point what to think. So the only thing I did was react. I was disturbed. I was astonished. I'm like, whoa, what just happened here? I go into the house. It turns out my brother was home. He was sleeping. I woke him up. He was older than me. He's my older brother. And I woke him up and I said, man, you got to come outside. I said, I just talked to some chick out here who's looking for you. And the only thing she told me was that she was thinking about you and please remember her. And I said, that's all she said. He said, well, did you get a name or anything? I said, no, man. I said, just get up and get dressed and let's go outside and look for her. He agreed to that. So we go outside, we walk around our yard, we walk around where the trees are in the back. I'm scared. This is like really freaking me out because this girl just vanished, man. As fast as we were sitting there having this little eerie dialogue, she was gone. That quick. So my brother kept asking me, he kept pounding me into my head. He's like, well, who was she? Did you get a name? I said, no, man. I said, she wouldn't tell me nothing. I said, I tried to get a name, but I said, all she said to me was what I just told you. Now, here's where it gets a little bit creepier because the way my brother was processing the information I was giving him instinctively told me that he was hiding something. And he knew exactly who this girl was, but he didn't want to tell me. And that's exactly what it was. My instinct was right. And I said, you sure you don't know who I'm talking about? And he's like, we'll just let it go. Don't worry about it. It was probably somebody that I haven't seen for a while, and she just wanted to come and say hello. I said, well, I don't know, man. I said, it was a lot more than that. I said, this girl was strange. And he's like, just let it go. Just let it go. Now, he was older than me, bigger than me, and stronger than me. So I was going to press the issue. It was obviously that he didn't want to tell me everything about this girl. A couple of weeks pass. And my brother and I are in the car, and we're driving. He's driving. And we have the radio blasting in the car like we always did. We approach a red light. He stops the car, turns the radio off, which was very, very not his custom. And he says to me, do you remember that night a couple of weeks ago about that chick you saw? I said, yeah. He's like, well, I got to tell you something. I said, what? He said, that girl doesn't exist. I said, yeah. I said, you didn't figure out who she was? Or you just don't want to tell me? And he grabs my arm in the car and he says, she doesn't exist. Whew. As if to tell me, do you want me to spell it out for you? She was dead. And the night that she came to my house was the anniversary of her death. This is according to my brother. I never saw the girl again. My brother and I have never spoken about it since. The moral of this story is, sometimes you may not be precisely convinced who it is that you're talking to. You could be talking to a human being, or you could be talking to somebody from the other side. I have been led to believe over the years this incident was a type of closure between my brother and this girl. He never told me if he had a relationship with her. He never told me if they were romantically involved. I don't know, and I didn't ask. But he did have some kind of a relationship with her, and it would appear to me that she came back just to say, everything is all well, and we're going to move on. We're going to part ways. You have your life, and I'm in eternity. Now, you folks can process this story the way you want. But of all the paranormal encounters I've had, for those of you who follow me on my social media websites and